Now, James Hopkins, you're watching the Weather Authority.
We saw a little bit of snow earlier this morning. We had nothing but clouds all day today, and now it's coming down again. It started about 30 minutes ago. Behind me, the stands are already starting to fill up, and I'm seeing a lot of umbrellas. And it's actually, of course, not for rain. It is to block the sun. And it's going to interact with an upper level disturbance over Texas and that south moving cold front that I showed you earlier that's working its way down. Looks like some clearing behind, but don't let that fool you. There's even more back behind that. Everyone's come out to a hot car, grab the steering wheel, and it'd be hot enough to burn your hand. I'm going to tell you how long this is going to last coming up in our full forecast in just a few minutes. As you can see, it starts to split off. This is what we're looking at coming in for tonight. Second wave working in behind it. For a state that boasts over 300 days of sunshine a year, we've got some catching up to do. Grand Valley residents should prepare for overnight lows in the mid to upper 20s for at least the next couple of nights and cooler daytime highs all the way through the weekend. When the sun comes up, heats things back up. There it is, popping right back up again, pushing its way in from the Gulf of California. Tomorrow's going to be another good day too, but then things could really start to change because you know fall is coming. It's the last weekend of summer all through the Grand Valley. Now some of these I-70 corridors could see upwards of 70-mile-an-hour winds. We're going to gradually start to get just a little bit warmer there. Wednesday topping out the week at 98. With 17 days of the month already behind us and only 4 of those days above freezing, this December is already shaping up to be the coldest in the past 30 years. What this does is actually sends out a series of waves across the Pacific Ocean, and actually they had a couple aftershocks that were actually registered above 6.5 on the Richter scale. And you can definitely see where that cold front is working its way in. Still nice and warm over on the Front Range, 82 for Pueblo. The snow started to fall and it's actually starting to stick, which means the city crew could be looking at a very long night.
Now, James Hopkins, you're watching the Weather Authority.
The nicest place to be tomorrow is going to be right here in Grand Junction. So let's take a look at the radar and you'll see all the snow that they've had all over the state pretty much for the past 24 hours. We have really barely saw anything. Had a little bit of a dusting last night, and actually right after the 5:30 show, walking out to go to dinner, it snowed for a little while, maybe 10-15 minutes, but right now we're looking at some clearing conditions, but most of the state saw the clouds with the snow. Take a look at some of the highs for today. 46 for Denver, had a 50 there in Pueblo, even up in the high country. Aspen saw 26, Gunnison at 30. And Rifle had 35, working their way down. Telluride actually only at 27, Durango at 30. If you remember, for the past couple of weeks, they've been in the mid-40s. Grand Junction, we hit 35. No chance of hitting any of these records, but it's nice to see that we're back close to that normal. 37 started out pretty warm there with a 26 and a 27. All this is getting ready to change. Currently in Grand Junction, we're at 29. Winds out of the north around 5 miles an hour. Humidity working its way up there just a little bit, not too bad. And for the first time in a long time, Montrose, you're actually colder than we are. 25 right now. Winds out of the southeast around 3 miles an hour. If you take a look at the big picture, you'll see the way this moved in from the southwest. And now that it's actually passed us by, we're starting to get some of that loop around moisture. And now that it is shifted and coming in from the north, we're looking at seeing a lot colder temperatures for tonight. No more 20s. 15 for an overnight low in Grand Junction, mostly cloudy. There's still a slight chance we could see some snow into the morning hours. For Montrose and Delta, you're looking at overnight low of around 17, mostly cloudy. 50% chance that you could see some snow, and that's going to continue on into tomorrow. Take a look at the next 24 hours, and you see the system continuing to work its way towards the east. We have a stationary front working its way over the Rockies, but there is some high pressure working its way back into our area a little bit, but then another front coming in, hammering California again, looking at rain all the way from Seattle down to San Francisco as this stretches its way down. This is what we're going to see coming into us over the course of maybe around Tuesday night into the middle of the work week there. So you're looking at some snow for Tahoe here, and then back behind it, you're looking at another cold day for Denver, 35, which snow trailing a little more behind, looking to get out of here probably coming into Sunday. Winter storm warning for the higher elevations. Could see another 1 to 2 feet for these areas. Winter weather advisory could see just a couple of inches. So the nice place tomorrow is going to be right here in Grand Junction. Sunrise at 7:27, mostly sunny for this end of the valley. Clouds and a chance of snow as we work our way down to the south. Around lunchtime, we're looking at temperatures right around the mid to upper 20s. 20% chance of snow for Delta, 40% for Montrose, and we're looking at the highs coming around 3 o'clock with 30s and a 31 there for Delta being the warm spot. Over the course of the next 7 days, we're looking at staying cold and actually looking for another chance of snow as clouds work their way up Tuesday, and Tuesday night looking for a 20% chance of snow, and that's going to carry all the way through into Thursday, tapering off into Friday. But again, Looking to get right back cold again in the low 30s and some single digits for some overnight lows working in the 7-day also. But this chance of snow is pretty faint right now, kind of like we've seen the past couple of days, so nothing to really worry about.
Good.
Yes, definitely good.
Sunday is looking pretty nice.
Yes, it is.
Too bad we'll be working.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, James.